Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam yasha'Allah, ko haloyimla, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakahakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water toward the H.I.M and Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Just coming at you with another quick lesson. Pray that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I didn't want the title to throw anyone, but I was just, doing some studying, and it, by the Spirit, it dawned on me, that the Christians, they use, Abraham, as if he, the father of all nations. They make it seem as if Abraham is the progenitor of every single body on the planet. And that's just not true, right? That's just not true when it goes off into this seed line thing. Now, we're in Romans chapter 9, right? This is one of those particular chapters Christians like to stay away from. But this is one question that you can ask them, since their argument is that if you come from the seed line of Abraham, you are a part of the promise. You can be saved, and redemption and adoption and, all these different things, right? But ask them, what about when his name was Abram and not Abraham, father of many nations? Were there other people on the planet when he was just Abram? Of course there was. So what about those people, right? Those people before he became Abraham, the father of many nations. What about those people that was on earth then, since he's not the seed of, he's not the father of, they're not his seed. So does that mean that they don't get saved? Right? Now, if you was going by the Christian logic, then that would mean that that's exactly what it means. So no one ever asked them questions like that. That's why you have to ask these Christians questions and let them walk themselves into a damn hole. All you have to do is ask Christians question after question, and they're just basically not going to give you any answers. And then eventually they're going to just be looking stupid as hell, and they're going to eventually walk away. Other than that, they're going to want to try and blow up on you or try and have an argument with you. But that's the reason why don't give them no answers yourself. Just ask them questions. Ask them a question like that, because that's a common sense question. If they're going with the logic that Abraham is the father of all nations, if you come from his seed line, then you have a part in this promise as long as you believe in sweet white baby Jesus. Right? So I'm not going to keep this long. Matter of fact, let me just start. Let me just read this. Let's start from the top of Romans 9. Verse 1. I say the truth in the Mashiach, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost. Now, mind you, in the NLT over here, the title is God's selection of Israel, not God's selection of Moab, God's selection of Ammon, God's selection of the Ishmaelites, God's selection of the Edomites. It's God's selection of Israel, right? Verse 2. That I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart, for I could wish that myself were cursed from Mashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Now, if you go off into this, we know that, hey, this is bloodline right here. This is bloodline going on right here. It's talking about the flesh, my kinsmen, who are Israelites, right? In verse 4, it goes into it. Who are Israelites? To whom pertaineth the adoption? So we know the adoption pertains to the Israelites, and the glory, it pertains to the Israelites, and the covenants. Notice it says covenants with an S on it, plural. Old covenant and new covenant. These pertain to the Israelites. They don't pertain to no other nation. But these Christians, they'll look all over that. They'll argue you down with that, man. And the giving of the law. We already know that the laws, statutes, and commandments was given to the children of Israel, according to Psalms 147, 19, and 20, right? The covenants, the giving of the law, and the service of God, and the promises. See? All those things pertain to the Israelites. Whose are the fathers? Which is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And of whom, as concerning the flesh, concerning that flesh, that kinsman, that bloodline, Mashiach came. Who is over all? God bless forever. Amen, right? So now when you go on through this chapter, it goes off into the seed and stuff, right? Verse 6. Now, not as though the word of Yahweh had taken on effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. That's a cut right there too to these people, man. It's amazing how they try and squeeze all these goddamn heathens into the promises that was made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're basically saying what they'll tell you is, well, the Jews, they didn't believe in Jesus when he walked the earth. So, he gave it to the Gentiles. But Abraham followed him by faith. Isaac followed him by faith. Jacob followed him by faith. So you trying to tell me the Lord just done got rid of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? They don't even matter no more. He just lied to them. See, these Christians, what these Christians really are telling the people is that the Lord is a liar. That's basically flat out what they're saying in so many words. Verse 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So this is going from Abraham to Isaac. Then Isaac had his son Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, Yasha-Allah, prince of the power. He had 12 sons. Those 12 sons made up the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's who those promises are to this very day, man. Simple. Verse 8. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God. Huh? So the scriptures is clearly telling you right here that somebody is not even the children of the Lord. And it's the children of the flesh, man. These are not the children of Yahweh, man. These are not the children of Yahweh, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. Who was the promise given to? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the children of Israel. We just read it in verse 4, right? Let's move on. Verse 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. Okay? Sarah had a son, right? And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children, who are these children? Esau, Edom, which would be the biblical name for the so-called white man today, and Jacob, which are the progenitor of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, the Israelites. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand. So this is about election. Because hey, you can't squeeze, here you go. You got Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and got his hands on the Bible. He done jumped the fence, then snuck into the house, and now all of a sudden he has a bedroom in the crib. He's all in the refrigerator and shit, man, making sandwiches and shit. Like, nigga, you gonna get the police called on you, man. You don't belong there. Verse 12. Let me see, did I get all that? Let me start this back from verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Right? So these children ain't even born yet. Before they were even conceived, the Lord knew that he was going to choose Israel, man. And that he was going to reject Esau. The scripture says, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. It's always been that rival. That's the way that the Lord wrote it out, man. Verse 12, it says, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. And it is written, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Oh, snap. Now over here in the NLT, it says, in the words of the scriptures, I love Jacob, but I rejected Esau. So that right there is a simple cut just in itself that the so-called white man is not going to make it. The Edomites are not going to make it. The Lord hates the Edomites, man. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. So the Lord is not unrighteous because he made a choice. Hey, he created all things, man. He can do what he want to do with his creation, right? But the point on that is made. But I wanted to pull this up because now let's go into Genesis, right? Let's get Genesis. Because when I was reading through that and I'm thinking like, well, the Christians always using this seed thing of Abraham as if Abraham is the progenitor of everybody on the planet. And that's just not true. So ask a Christian What about the people before his name was changed to Abraham? And that's what we're about to get into right now. Let's just a quick little lesson, man. Just a thought, man. Just a brain teaser. Something to make you scratch your head. Like, oh, you know what? Like they do be trying to get around the fact with the Abraham seed thing. Now, this is Genesis 12. I'm going to start from verse 5. And Abram, see, it's not Abraham yet. It's Abram. Took Sarah. Her name is not even Sarah yet, right? So their names haven't even been changed yet. His wife and Lot, his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. So they went to the land of Canaan, right? This is well before even, this is well before Isaac, right? It says Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sikkim, unto the plain of Morah, and the Canaanites was then in the land. So if the Canaanites was in the land, what about these Canaanites? Can these Canaanites be saved since they're not the seed of Abraham? Because this is clearly a cut that they're not the seed of Abraham because they were already in the land when he got there. Aha. So ask these Christians some of these questions. Like I said, I didn't want to keep the lesson long. That was just a thought that Yahweh placed them, to just, and I'm thinking like, dang, they use Abraham as if he's just the progenitor of everybody. Well, I'm a seed of Abraham. I'm a seed of Abraham. Well, what about these people that was on the planet before Abraham's name was changed to Abraham, and he was just being called Abram before Sarah was called Sarah? Come on, man. Just ask some of these questions. I mean, it's just like I said again, because these Christians, man, they be going way off, but they be reaching. They be reaching so hard. They just will not accept the scriptures. But the reason why they don't accept the scriptures is because, the Lord just blinded them in that way. But these higher up Edomites, they know the deal. They know what's up. And here you go. These people are pushing seminary schools throughout the entire globe. Got people coming to these seminary schools, supposedly granting them a certificate as a professor, a doctor of the Bible. And these pastors don't even know simple stuff like this, man. But all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for bringing this truth to us, man. So, be thankful to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for opening us up, and especially for our apostles, our elders, man. Double honors to them for, giving them the water to Yahweh, for giving them the spirit to teach us the proper way, man. Well, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. So with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashala.